The inclusion of Indigenous art on the Gordie Howe International Bridge project was identified as part of the Detroit River International Crossing Study. That study included multiple consultation meetings that identified people's interest and the recognition of the local Indigenous peoples. And it was very important to include them, not just because this is their traditional land, but also for learning opportunities for those who are entering into Canada. Michael Belmore was selected following a rigorous artist selection process a few years ago.
The piece here is Aazhoge. The proposal was essentially to create a stainless steel sculpture that would be representative of a piece of birch bark with a few kind of design elements which are reminiscent of woodpecker holes, which are a representation of the zeros of the binary code system. So the title itself literally means bridge, and it means bridge in a way that it is more of a verb, sort of saying he or she crosses over. Not literally meaning crossing over, but actually meaning able to see or able to envision either different planes of existence or into future lives.
We've really worked hand in hand with Michael as he went through a consultation process with Walpole Island First Nation and Caldwell First Nation.
There was a want to have their own communities visualized in the work itself, and it's sort of bringing in those the Three Fires Confederacy. The fire worked really well for that, and on the other side there is an image of a thunderbird with three flames coming out of it to represent that. The significance of the one side being painted orange is sort of twofold. So the one side is to be indicative of birch bark, so making that connection of the orange color or the orange brownish color and sort of the silver white on the other side. So I wanted to have that sort of when you peel off bark or you see bark, it has the two sort of contrasting tones. The other is sort of for First Nations communities. Orange represents something to our community, especially over the last few years, and I think that it's important to recognize that as part of the call for the original commission. It works really well as an honoring and an acknowledgement of the history and our continued dialogue, so I think that's really important.
Michael also worked quite closely with WDBA and BNA's construction and engineering teams to make sure that the artwork could be successfully integrated into the location that it's being installed at the Canadian Port of Entry.
The piece itself is 3/4 inch stainless steel. It's very heavy. It's not something I can do in my own studio, so I was able to get a fabricator to produce it and work with the fabricator and their designers to engineer it and design it so that it was easy to imagine.
I'm very proud to be a mentee of another Indigenous artist and seeing someone who's so well known in the country, who's actually been in the Smithsonian and everything. It just makes me feel really good that our people are being recognized for art and getting these kind of opportunities, and to be able to learn from him and see his process of work. And I think it's like leaving a mark to a lot of Indigenous artists, that they're able to show this is where we are, this is where we have been, and see what we can create here.
I love the curl that's on the far side. I think the lighting at nighttime, this piece is going to shine. I think that's when this piece is lit properly, and I think it's going to look astounding.
Seeing the piece in person is extremely powerful because I've been looking at it on paper for a number of years. It's absolutely beautiful. I think Michael has done a wonderful job recognizing the Three Fires Confederacy, and it will be a very moving experience for people as they're traveling through the Port of Entry.
I can't imagine the millions of people who are going to cross this area. I think that was one of the daunting things that I initially did not even consider or think about, because I couldn't think about it because I can't imagine when, those numbers of people, and to think about how they potentially will see it or experience it, and more so inside. And it's not something that you think of or something that you acknowledge in your brain, but it's something that you feel in your heart.